Hi everyone, this is CricketSong with Inner Wisdom, and you're watching another episode of Practical Witchcraft. This week we're going to be doing a spell to attract wealth, or a money spell. Alright, so we're going to do a spell to attract wealth, or to gain money. Basically, we're doing a money spell. So the first thing, I have my incense already mixed. Again, if you want to see how I choose the herbs and to put in my incense, you can watch my first video in this series because I go through the whole process. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to tell you that this incense is made with dill, chamomile, vervain, and patchouli. That's the incense I'm going to be using. So before I start burning that, I'm going to just remove my feathers. There's just one feather that stays on this altar while I do my working. I'm just going to shift it out of the way. All the other feathers move so I have a working space. Move the incense over. Let's light the candles. That's how I begin every spell. Actually, prior to the spell, as I've said in previous videos, you're going to want to make sure you're in a meditative state, a trance state. You want to make sure you're in that place that you always want to be in when you want to cast a spell. So for the purpose of this video, which is more of a demonstration than an actual spell casting, I'm not going to spend all that time to get into that space while we're on camera, because some days it takes 2 minutes, some days it takes longer. So we're just going to pretend for the purpose of this video that I've done that. Then I come to my altar and I'm going to light the candles. First candle I light is the red candle. It is for blood. It is for the divine feminine energy. And as I light this candle, I'm going to be evoking the energy into my space. I light the black candle, the divine masculine, for flesh, or flesh, in the flesh. And again, I evoke that energy into my space. And the white candle is spirit, or bone. And as I do that, I am calling that energy into my space. Then we're going to light the incense stick. The incense disc. Then we're going to put it in the cauldron. Let that light a little more. And get the other things that I need for the spell. Okay, so the other things that I'm going to need other than the incense is a green candle. So I'm going to grab a green candle and a candle holder. So I'm going to use this green candle. If you don't have green, you can use gold. If you don't have gold, you can use green or gold. You can use white, but I prefer to use green for my money spells. So I'm going to use the green candle. On the green candle, I am going to take a few moments and I'm going to carve some money symbols into the green candle. I'm also going to grab a patchouli oil while I'm here, because I'm going to anoint the candle with patchouli oil. It's patchouli. Okay. So in this candle, I'm going to draw some symbols that represent money for me. So draw dollar signs. See if I could just draw it with my fingernail. Yeah. Although it's not as good as with the knife. Okay. So I drew dollar signs. My charcoal disc is hot, so I'm going to put some incense in there. Get that going. I then am going to anoint my candle with the patchouli. Going up. You can go around and up. You can just push up. If it's a candle, sometimes I do my whole hands and then rub it in between. But for today, I'm just going to do my fingers, and I'm going to think about wealth, visualize wealth as I anoint that candle. Now I have oil all over my hands. Again, that was just pure essential patchouli. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to light that candle. Then what you're going to need is a jar, because I'm doing a money jar, and correspondences that go with the jar. Now this whole thing, this whole spell could be done on a Thursday and a waxing moon or a full moon. So, you know, we want money to grow, so we'd use waxing moon or a full moon for heart's desire. So the correspondences that I'm going to use for this particular spell is I have a coin of each denomination here in US money. So I have a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. I'm taking almonds. And if I had a dollar coin, I would use that, but my dollar coins here are being used as offerings for the dead, so I'm not going to take from them. But if I had a dollar coin, I would also use a dollar coin. And if you're using those coins, you want to make sure that the mouth of the jar is big enough for them to be put into. This jar has been cleansed, cleaning it physically as well as spiritually or energetically, but I have not consecrated it because I'm not going to. For me, I only consecrate things that are going to be used over and over again. This is a one-time spell jar, so I would have just cleansed it. I'm also going to use oats and rice, correspondences for money, and that is it. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, I have some more things. I have cloves. I'm going to use cloves. I'm going to use some flaxseed. Use some flaxseed, some allspice seeds, some sesame seeds, some allspice seeds. Okay, so I'm going to use those seeds as well. So we have allspice. Oh, I thought I had did I say cloves? Allspice, sesame, cloves, and flaxseed. Yes, I'm using those as well. So let me get some scissors so we can open these. So I got scissors. I'm going to open these. I'm going to need to find jars for these later, but right now I'm just going to open a corner of each of these. Okay, so I'm going to take my jar and I'm going to put the items in the jar. So I'm going to start with some of the clove. Just want to put a little bit. I'm going to put some flaxseed. Some sesame seed, some allspice, put some more incense on my, I'm going to put some of the oats, and rice. I'm going to put the almonds that I have here and the coin. I'm going to seal the jar. Now, you can seal the jar with wax if you want. What you would do at this point then is take the drippings and drip it over the jar, the wax. Well, I'll show you. Actually, let me show you. Take this, hold the jar, and just drip the wax to seal it. I would go around the edge like this, and then once you've completely gone around the edge, then drip it on the top. And as you do this, be sure you're visualizing what you're doing. I'm sealing the spell in to the jar. I'm sealing my spell. You could have an incantation. Usually when I do this, I'm visualizing what I'm doing. So you would go around. You could use a smaller jar, a jar this size too, if you want, instead of this jar. But again, make sure your coin can fit in here. You could also put in a dollar bill if you wanted to, whether it's play money or actual money, an actual dollar bill. I've done that in the past too. Stuck a dollar bill in here. But I like the dollar coin instead, and I'll show you why after I... So as you go around here like this, sealing the jar, again, like I said, you would seal the side. Okay, I'm not going to continue that because it's going to take a while. So you have the jar sealed. more incense in there. Okay. Then you want to shake the jar, and as you shake the jar, this is the incantation I use. Silver and spice, nuts and rice, copper and grain will increase my money gain. Sugar and spice, silver and spice, nuts and rice, copper and grain will increase my money gain. Silver and spice, nuts and rice, copper and grain will increase my money gain. Silver and spice, nuts and rice, copper and grain will increase my money gain. I would continue to do that, raising the energy, and then what I do is every day, if it was for me, or if I was giving this to someone, I would encourage them to use it every day. Silver and spice, nuts and rice, copper and grain will increase my money gain. Silver and spice, nuts and rice, copper and grain will increase my money gain. And this is why I use the coin, because it gives you a nice shake, and using it in that way, I feel like it creates a beat, and for me, music and vibration and words, it creates this whole sensation of music and vibration. So that's what I do. It's catchy, I think. But this, you would continue to go around this with the candle wax, and if there is still candle left, I let that burn out. You could even set it on here and allow it to burn out so that the wax drips on here. Once I was done setting that, I would call to my ancestors, my beloved dead, my spirit allies, spirit guides, whoever I work with, ask them to infuse my intention, ask them to aid with the spell, and I would let this sit until I felt that it was complete, and then I would remove it and use it daily. At the end of that, when I'm feeling as if everything is done, I thank my spiritual court, my ancestors, my beloved dead, the mighty ones, spirit allies, spirit guides, whoever I work with, thank them. Be sure that my offerings are set, and I would extinguish the candles. That's the money spell. Until next time, I love you. Blessed be.